Welcome back to the Quest for Details. Today we're going to do some crafting. Some of you may recognize this piece of blue sheen rainbow obsidian. It's a self-collected piece, and yes, it's the arrowhead that I failed to make for Theo's Makers Challenge. So I thought that we would go ahead and take this piece and recraft it, reshape it into more of what it was supposed to be. The actual napping, of course, turning out to be something that took way more practice than I had put into it at that point. If you've seen any of the things that Theo's been napping, there's some pretty incredible pieces. So I, not being at that level, thought that I'd go ahead and shape this on the tile saw and make a smooth version of it, which will rectify a lot of the damage, not all of it. But the little flaws that are left will be reminders of its original form, and I think this will be a good salvage. So what you're seeing here is the work sped up to about 8 times its normal speed on my tile saw. This is a modified tile saw that I have. I just have it set up with a way higher flow than a normal pump would have on it. I have a larger water source flowing to it, so it helps keep things especially cool when I'm doing the bigger cuts. Just a little more shaping here on the saw, and then I think that you could probably use a good hard metal file on this, because the obsidian itself, being a glass, is so soft. But I went ahead and used a Dremel just with a flat grinder bit on there. It's like a diamond bit, and just smoothing out the surface, doing the initial what you consider a roughest sanding, shaping down, trying to get some little bevels to it that maybe I perhaps couldn't get on the saw. The blade of the saw can tend to be a little less finite, so this is where the Dremel comes in. Couple little nicks here and there, a couple little imperfections, but overall I'm happy with the balance that I was able to achieve. It reminded me of working metal and having it go out of shape and being able to get it back to true again. So we'll go ahead and put some mineral oil on here and give ourselves a tease of what the color will look like when we get it more polished up. And I feel like it always helps the stone a little bit during the process. It's kind of like soothing its wounds and chilling the vibration down a little bit, letting it calm down in between workings. I went ahead and went with the real flat section on the back side of it for laying against the chest, and then the rounded front side looking more like the original arrowhead shape. And I believe having the lens, the rounded shape on the front of this, actually revealed the color better than the flat backside did. Next, it was off to the 800 grit sandpaper. I was working inside, so I just went ahead and did this in my lap while I was watching some TV. It was a good way to make progress late at night, and got it down to fairly smooth. Again, there's some flaws left over, but keeping on for the next day or two and working on it, getting ever smooth. This is just water now on it, but you can see that it's getting there and getting there. Okay, here we are. There's still a couple of flaws to it right along the edges, but those are like the last remnants of the napping attempt. And you can really see the rainbow coming out in this in the daylight, which I'll show you. It has almost purples to it. This side has the greens. And really just got the color and the shine out of it. This comes in the layers, and then of course the whole thing is a see-through gem braid obsidian. You can see the layering there. I think that's going to look Just awesome. This top part I left a little rough. That's going to be where the wire wrap goes that makes it into a pendant. So let me get that done to it, and then I'll show you the final reveal on this in the sunlight. Here is the wrap all finished up. There's the gloss on that. Pretty happy with that. And there's the blue. And of course it's see-through. The blue. On this side, and there you go. Yeah, I guess in here it's a better chance at catching the schiller without the reflective sky out there with the clouds. And then this is a full spectrum light bulb too that I use for catching stuff, so it's supposed to be just like daylight. Yeah, and then there's the green. Really hard to catch these things with the camera lens, but I think that's showing up for you. Maybe if I turn, yeah, there you go. It's all about the angle. Clear stone. So, okay, that project is finished. It's already given away. On to the next. I hope that you enjoyed that. Just wanted to let you know that I was finishing up the things that I started and ever progressing. So See the purples in there? That's a fun one. And if you didn't know, we do have a Quest for Details Instagram page, so if you feel like it, please go over and check that out. And the best and most reliable way to be alerted to when we put out one of these videos is to go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and you can ring the little bell icon next to it there, and that'll give you a little notification every time the video comes out. You can decide if you want to watch it or not. Thank you for joining me on another Quest for Details, and we will see you next time.